Welcome back, everyone. This is Uncensored _ the truth about money. Thami and Mr. Uncensored. Merchandise coming soon. Comment in the comment box. If you want what's this? A skipper. So we speaking on retirement annuities, and if you haven't yet watched part 1 and part 2, we highly recommend that you go there. Because if you only tuning now, like what we're speaking about now will sound very foreign if you haven't caught up. So, yeah, man, that was my intro.
Nice.
Decided to
Well
retire
done.
from intros.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Welcome back. Nice, man. Well done, bro. Now you want to take my job. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We truly appreciate it. So, as Upratamza Shilo, we are talking about retirement annuities. So, this is part 3. So, we have part 1, we have part 2, and now we are in part 3. So, we highly recommend that you go back and look at part 1 and part 2 so that you can be able to continue to part 3. So, just to recap, right? We'll just touch base from part 1 and then part 2. What are retirement annuities?
So everyone needs to have a retirement annuity. You need to invest in a retirement annuity form as early as possible. Even if it's the minimal amount, just do it. It'll help you when you retire because stats have said that less than 30% of people can actually retire with the same income of the income that they're receiving currently. And then just another misconception, I think we didn't cover it. So last year there was just this whole ruckus about pension funds and provident fund and government wanting to change things. So with pension funds, so you could basically retire and be able to take a one third withdrawal, and the rest basically put in a let's say living annuity or life annuity. And with your provident fund, you are able to take it as a lump sum, right? Even when you let's say resign from a job or whatever, you're able to take it as a lump sum. So government changed that from the 1st of March 2021. So pension funds and provident funds, so now it's basically the same thing now. So they have the same rules because people were actually withdrawing some of their funds and didn't have enough money. So when you don't have enough money, you go back to the government, which then puts a burden on them.
Yeah, I've also heard that like a lot of people would withdraw and start businesses.
Yeah, so people withdrawing, starting businesses, but business is another thing. Tune into our business stuff. We are coming with that soon. Yeah, man.
So let's move on, right? So rewards of retirement annuities.
Rewards about retirement annuities. With rewards about retirement annuities, if you start early, you're able to retire comfortably, right? Number 2, there's a huge tax rebate when you contribute more towards your retirement annuities. Number 3, is that you are able to put away money for your beneficiaries if you are able to pass away. It goes straight to them, doesn't go through your estate. Number 4 is that creditors, if you, let's say, are in a business and let's say things are being liquidated, so they can't touch your retirement annuity. So that is safe and protected, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And let's say, for example, I'm at a point where I can't pay for this thing now because maybe I've lost my job or struggling or my business is not doing well. Can I temporarily pause this thing until I'm able to contribute towards it again?
Yeah, so there's certain companies where they allow you. I think there's a company called 10X. So they allow you to pause your retirement annuity and obviously carry on, but you can't pause and withdraw. So the only time you can withdraw from a retirement annuity is if your fund balance is not more than 27,500. So if your money is 27,600, you can't touch that money until you retire. But if it's less, then you are able to basically take it out. But in terms of pausing, just to answer your question, you are able to pause and continue.
So wait. So if it's less than
27,500 rand,
you are able to in your pot. You are able to take it.
Yeah.
Before retirement.
Yeah. So even if, let's say, I put in 20,000 rand in a retirement annuity, something happens next year, I'm able to take it back, but it's also going to be taxed as well.
All right. And then once it's over 27,
then you can't touch it. You'll get it when you retire.
All right. Let's go over the pros and cons.
Yeah. So I think with pros, we've touched up on those, like in part 1, part 2. Now, the cons is what happens that if you've got, like as we said before, if you've got money in your retirement annuity, let's say you've got 300,000 or 400,000, right? Your house is being repossessed. So you can't touch that money. So you can't pull it out. So you can't withdraw your retirement annuity. So those are some of the cons. The other ones are like, for now, in terms of administration, management fees, platform fees, so they are actually a bit quite high when it comes to retirement annuities. But as time keeps going, those fees actually get lesser and lesser because of the money that you have in your pot. Yeah.
And then what do they mean by lack of liquidity?
So that's exactly that. So you can't withdraw the money.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's no liquidity. It's not like with unit trusts where if I put 200,000 in, I'm able to take 200,000 rand back. So once it's in there, you can't touch it. Yeah.
And hefty fees.
Yeah. So the hefty fees is those admin fees, management fees, platform fees. Yeah, that they charge.
Obviously, they charge these monthly.
Yeah, they charge it monthly on but they put it as an annual percentage. So they'll say we'll charge you 1.5% plus advisor fees as well, like 3%. Let's say on a platform. So yeah, so the fees can erode your investment. That's why it's better to start early, so that you actually catch up and you start building profits. Yeah.
So cool. So as early as possible.
Yeah.
So it's more like what we talked about beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Savings. The earlier you start, the better.
So there was even went to some other seminar, and they were telling a story of this grandfather who started a retirement, because you can start a retirement annuity by age of 1. So when this child got a grandchild,
age of 1, like age 1.
Age 1.
Happy
like an
birthday, you're 1
infant,
year old.
yes. So what they did was that for their grandchild, when I think they were 1 year old, or they just got born, he put away 150 rand every single month, and then was like, when he passes away, obviously that money, and it was for retirement. So imagine that grandfather was putting money away for that child from 1 until 65. But when the child was 65, he will.
Why don't our grandfathers do these things for us, man?
Let's start with us, man. We've got nieces and nephews.
Most definitely. So let's just go over a few companies that offer retirement annuities.
So most companies, a lot of companies. So for example, like the ones that come from the top of my head, Liberty, Stanlib with more unit trusts. Old Mutual, there's Ellen Gray. So a lot of companies actually use Ellen Gray as a platform. You've got Investec. So there's a lot of companies that actually do retirement annuities now, but I won't say this is the best, this is not the best. As we always say, do your research, put them on a graph, look at how much platform fees they're charging or how much fees they're charging on all, look at the performances of them, and then just do a scale of which one at the bottom, will actually give you more money.
And obviously, let's say I am interested and I need more information on this. Who do I then speak to?
Uncensored.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so you can go to you can literally just Google and Google retirement annuities. There's ones where you can actually do it online. Start contributing online. But what's important is, so there's retirement annuity calculators online, right? Okay. Where you can punch in an amount, say, right, I want to retire at 65 and I want to get paid in today's terms, let's say 50,000 Rand. And it'll actually tell you how much you need to start contributing now for you to have that 50,000 Rand when you retire.
Yeah, where I've seen that the company that does that quite well is Old Mutual.
Yeah.
I've seen, like, when you go on their website, there's like a calculator where you can do exactly that.
Yeah.
So as he said, if you need more information or you just want to see if you can afford this and how much you can put in and how much you will get when you retire, just visit Old Mutual, just Google Old Mutual, and So can we safely say we're done with this topic? Can we conclude?
We can safely retire from this retirement annuity season. Yeah, so as I said, the most important things, start early as possible. Do your planning, go on these websites and actually see how much you need to contribute on a monthly basis. And you'll actually see that the earlier you contribute, the better it is, because people wake up at 40 or 45. They're like, yo, I'm going to retire soon. I need to start putting money away. And by that time, you've got kids that you're taking to varsity and what. So start early. If you don't have children, you're more fortunate. It's never too late. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So do the right thing.
It's never too late and it's never too early to start.
It's never too early.
Thank you so much for watching. We truly appreciate it. So please note, this episode is available on YouTube and Instagram. Our handles are uncensored_the truth about money. It's also available as audio on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Apple Podcast. We are also on TikTok, uncensored_financial edu. So yeah.
So do the right
You
thing.
did the intro, so I thought you were going to do the outro.
Oh, you already did the outro, like Apple Podcasts.
How do you say it?
Apple Podcast.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple.
Cheers, guys.